Whenever you create a new article, the first screen you're going to see is what we call the brief editor. And it looks something like this. Well, it doesn't look something like this. It looks exactly like this. And I want to kind of go through and explain each of these fields for you and walk through how you can use the brief editor to get the most out of it. First of all, you're going to get a keyword phrase. This is the thing that you want to write about. This is the thing you want to rank for. So if you're writing an SEO optimized content, it's the word that you want in your title and in some headings perhaps, and throughout the content to a certain level of keyword density so that you can rank for it when you publish it to your website. I'm going to do an article on procrastination, and the reason I like to use procrastination as an example is because if you go to general AI and just say write an article about procrastination, you're going to get an article that tells you how bad procrastination is and all of this stuff. But I have a very particular point of view, so we'll come back to that later. The other thing you're going to set is your perspective pronouns. This is the terminology you want the AI to use. We have a bug with this currently right now. I'm working on fixing that. But for instance, you may want to say, I want to do second person singular because I want you to say things like I and you. I want to talk directly to one person from me. And so I may want to use second person singular when I am talking about, when the AI is writing content for me. Then you want to talk about your content type or topic. The content topic is the broader subject matter that you're talking about. So I'm talking about procrastination, and you could talk about procrastination as it pertains to family, as it pertains to any number of things. But in this case, I'm talking about productivity. I'm talking about procrastination as it pertains to getting things done and being productive. You then have your point of view. The point of view is the secret sauce. It's the most important thing almost on this screen, right? Because what you want to do is you want to say what is your specific take on the topic of procrastination. So I'm going to paste in something in here. I suggest you write anywhere from between 200 to 300 words. You don't have to write that much, but the more detail you give to your point of view, the better. In my case, I'm doing an article that is a divergent view on procrastination. In other words, procrastination isn't always bad. And I go on to describe how I think that works in some detail here. So just a couple paragraphs of my thoughts on procrastination. So whatever your topic is in the brief, giving it your point of view, your particular take is going to help the AI sound more like you and your ideas than, say, just some general concept. Then we have these tone words. This is meant to give the content a little bit more flavor, so you can put any kind of adjective in here and to determine how you want it to do. I'm going to say I want mine to feel confident, especially since I'm having a divergent view on procrastination. So I want it to sound confident when I write, and I want it to be controversial because it's a different point of view. So I want to kind of push against the narrative of normal procrastination. Now you have these dials underneath here that you can basically say, how confident or how controversial? So maybe I want it to be very much controversial and, and quite confident. And then maybe I don't have anything else, but I could put something else in here and say, I only want it to be very little this thing, right? Whatever it is. So you can put up to 3, you could put only 1, and you can use these little dials here to dial it in to get it exactly what you want. At this point, you're ready to start creating your content. You can either generate content directly. I recommend not doing that because I think building your outline first is a better way to go. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to generate outline, and I'll see you in the next video.